Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to welcome you back to yet another episode of our FIFA 16 Leicester City career mode. Now, today we've got of course 3 more games, the first of which is in the Champions League away against Roma, and then we've got 2 Barclays Premier League games against Liverpool and bottom of the table Stoke. But unfortunately, the first game of today's episode means absolutely nothing whatsoever in terms of our qualification for the Champions League. We are already out, but we can still finish 3rd in the group and go into the Europa League, of course, but I mean, I don't really know whether I want to do that. In the background though, you're seeing some of the stats for the BPL season. Our top scorer at the moment is actually Riyad Mahrez, interestingly enough. He's actually the joint top scorer in the league overall. It's not something that we've seen from any of our wingers really in past seasons. You know, a massive amount of goal scoring, maybe assists, but Riyad Mahrez with a good tally of goals so far this season. Danny Drinkwater is actually the top assist maker in the BPL, which is quite interesting given he doesn't play all of the games that we play usually. So 2 Leicester originals are our top goal scorer and top assist maker respectively, and then Loris Karius is sat in joint 5th in the clean sheet list there for ourselves. He's on 4 clean sheets. We've also got Kasper Schmeichel in this list as well, and he is on 1. The player of last episode though, in your guys' opinions, was Bruno Perez. So his reward for that will be starting every single game in this episode after those 2 incredible long shots against Chelsea. He also just had an absolute stunner of a game. But now it is time to get into his first game in the squad, and our first game as well against Roma away from home in the Champions League group stages. Roma are top of the group, we are bottom. We've picked up a measly 1 point out of 4 games. We've been very unlucky, but we've also been very poor in this competition as well. And today we're giving some of the younger players a run out as well. Ben Chilwell, Daniel Amati, Marcus Karlgren, Shani Tarajai, and also, I mean, well, Pione Sisto isn't quite a young player, but he's into the side as well in terms of massive changes. But already in the 7th minute, we're going forward. Paulo Dybala sees Jamie Vardy's up front with him, and Jamie Vardy should have scored, but he only hits the woodwork, only the post for Jamie Vardy. Big chance for him. Dybala also with the strike, and he hits the post later on. Shani Tarajai with the shot afterwards from the save from Jan Sommer, but it is saved again. And we are definitely on top in this game. Now into the 34th minute, Jamie Vardy bursting away with his pace. He is brought down by Kostas Manolas, the Greek-Roman defender. He does get a bit of the ball, but he certainly gets the player first. And that is a definite penalty. It was so close to being a good tackle, but Jamie Vardy will dust himself down and slam the ball into the roof of the net. A pretty much perfect penalty, and one that you usually see Jamie Vardy take in real life, actually blasting the ball into the roof of the net. A tiny bit higher and it would have hit the crossbar, but it's a wonderful penalty to give us a 1-0 lead against Roma. It's a shame that we're only turning up now, but Roma going forward right at the end of the half. Wonderful passing move, and it is finished off by Alessandro Florenzi. The assist is from Gervinho. It's a wonderful passing move, but I just get the feeling Loris Karius could have done better. He could have come out with his hands to try and stop the ball from getting to Florenzi in the first place, instead of waiting for the Italian fullback to get the ball and then try and stop him after. But it's 1-1 into the second half. Adam Ljajic with some wonderful control goes past Ben Chilwell, then past Nicholas Nkulu, and it's suddenly, in the blink of an eye, we've gone from winning this game and performing extremely well, being on top and bossing the game, and now we are 2-1 down. Adam Ljajic, who scored against us in the reverse fixture in the Champions League as well, he's decided to just score against us once again. It's a shame for Ben Chilwell. He'd been playing really well, but he was shown how it's done, really, by the more experienced Adam Ljajic. Nicholas Nkulu has no excuse, though. He should have done far better. Straight from the kickoff, though, we're going forward. Bruno Perez getting the ball from Sisto. He's now found Daniel Amati, who's quite advanced. Paulo Dybala gets the ball off Amati and gives it back to the Ghanaian midfielder. And Daniel Amati gives us an instant response, and we are now level once again, just 2 minutes after Roma took the lead, having come from behind. And we're now right back in this game with the equaliser. Daniel Amati, lovely give and go between himself and Paulo Dybala, the Argentinian striker, and Amati is there to slam the ball past the Swiss goalkeeper Jan Sommer. And now the momentum is suddenly with us. Pione Sisto getting the ball to Andy King. He sees the run being made by Jamie Vardy. He's just about onside, and Jamie Vardy has scored, and we now lead 3-2. And again, in the blink of an eye, this game has changed massively. It's swung in a completely different direction, and now we lead once again. We were 1-0 up, then 2-1 down. Now we're 3-2 up, and Jamie Vardy has scored his 2nd goal of the game and of this episode to give us the lead. Now we've just got to hold on into injury time, and indeed we have done, away from home against Roma, to pick up our first win, would you believe, of the Champions League group stages at the 5th attempt. A pretty poor campaign, but at least brightened up with that win. Jamie Vardy gets man of the match. Good ratings as well for Amarty, who of course scored, and also Paulo Dybala, who gets a 7.2 rating. Good stuff from the youngsters as well. Some other youth players came on off the bench as well. Marcus Karlgren did a very good job as well from the start. But despite playing pretty well, the man who's under pressure at the moment is this man, Paulo Dybala. We signed him for 30 million from Juventus, but he hasn't now scored in 6 games, and he's been a bit hit and miss, to be honest. He scored some vital goals. He is in the top 25 in terms of the top scorers. Actually, in that game, he played pretty well, but there have been other games where he's been pretty damn poor, so hopefully he gets his form together in this game against Liverpool, which is the first Barclays Premier League game of today's episode. We are actually the top scoring team going into this one. Here you can see the squad in the background. Christian Fuchs actually into the side for Ben Chilwell. A lot of you have been calling for me to start playing him. Herman is also in for Sisto, and it's Dybala and Embolo up front. Once again, last episode's player of the episode, Bruno Perez, is of course starting, but Liverpool dominating the early exchanges. Shea Ojo finding Jordan Rossiter. He's gone past Nkulu far too easily, and after less than 2 minutes, we're behind. And Jordan Rossiter, who doesn't even play for Liverpool anymore, has scored at the near post. Loris Karius potentially not really covering himself in much glory, but once again, Nicholas Nkulu should be doing better, and we're down 1-0 after 2 minutes, and it could have been 2 after 7 minutes. James Milner there hitting the post. Finally, we're getting back into the game. We're probing on the edge of the area. N'Golo Kante receiving the ball from Maxi Arnold, and N'Golo Kante with a wonderful goal into the top corner. I think it's taken a slight deflection off one of the Liverpool defenders, but it is a wonderful goal from N'Golo Kante, and that is just a brilliant way to get us back level in this game. We did get back into the game really performance-wise after Liverpool took the lead eventually, but N'Golo Kante now trying to do the same again. He hits the roof of the net, but unfortunately it does not go in, and Kante is on an absolute madness. Now into the second half, and Riyad Mahrez here has picked up the ball. Been a pretty even first half in all honesty, but Riyad Mahrez now putting on the afterburners, going past 2 players, now going past 3. Joe Gomez, can he carry on this run? He's gone past James Milner, and now Martin Skrtel into the box. He cuts back with the Ronaldo chop. Can he finish? Riyad Mahrez with an absolute stunner of a solo goal. That is absolutely incredible from the Algerian maestro, the magician, with an absolutely incredible solo run. Riyad Mahrez, and that is a goal worth giving us the lead in any game. Absolutely beyond belief. Probably one of the best goals we've seen in this series. Probably the best you've seen on this channel ever. An incredible solo goal. Liverpool have reacted. A chance there for Samad Yeshil, and now Lazar Markovic forcing a save on a Karius. I think it's actually been saved onto the post. Here you can see the goal line technology as well coming into play, and Loris Karius, it's a wonderful save actually. He's done well to claw that out against the post and then put it round the post for a corner kick. But a substitution now being made. Luka Zahovic coming on for Paulo Dybala, who's again been a bit of a live wire, but no goal again for him, unfortunately. Luka Zahovic, though, the Slovenian, is on the pitch. Bruno Perez, though, is on the right-hand side looking to put a cross into the box. It's a poor clearance from Skrtel, and Zahovic with the goal. Luka Zahovic with the goal. Is his first touch of the ball. It's 3-1. I don't know what Martin Skrtel is trying there, but he's completely miskicked it. It's fallen to Luka Zahovic. He's leaped higher than Kolo Toure, I think it is, and that is a wonderful goal, and it's almost a wonderful goal for Maxi Arnold, but it's the crossbar from a good, 25 yards out. That would have been a wonderful goal, and almost a wonderful goal as well for Shea Ojo. They had to try and make it 3-2, but thankfully we do survive. That was a wonderful volley. Riyad Mahrez is now going forward again. Still can't get over that solo goal. He's now hit a crossbar as well after Maxi Arnold did a few moments ago, but we do hold on to the win. A 3-1 victory at Anfield, but some truly brilliant goals in that game. N'Golo Kante with the first, and then Riyad Mahrez with just something that I've never ever seen before. Incredible dribbling and skill and close control to go past 5 players, and then James Milner for a second time before putting the ball into the back of the net. Absolutely incredible. N'Golo Kante got man of the match, but again, a good rating as well for Riyad Mahrez. In the background that you're seeing me train Zahovic, Klosterman, Embolo and Riyad Mahrez Unfortunately, no one going up an overall there in that training session, but there's a vote actually in the description, a straw poll that decides what players should be trained in the next episode. So if you want to vote on that, if you want certain players to be trained in the next episode, then feel free to vote in that vote in the description. There'll be plenty of options and you guys can choose who you want to be trained for the sort of next 2 or 3 episodes perhaps. But now it is time for the final game of today's episode. We are second in the league and Stoke City are at the bottom of the table on 8 points. We're expected to win this one, but Stoke are a very good side. They've got a very good goalkeeper in Jack Butland, so this will still be quite the test. As you can see in the background, Kasper Schmeichel is actually into the side to replace Karius. Bruno Perez again starts. It's Vima, Amati and Masuaku all into the defence. For the first time we've seen Masuaku in this episode so far. And Drinkwater and Jamie Vardy are also into the side. And early on in the first 5 minutes, we've got a counter-attacking opportunity here. Jamie Vardy's managed to find Pione Sisto in all sorts of space. Brildon Embolo is there for the square if you can find him. Embolo is there, but what a wonderful save from Jack Butland. He tips it onto the bar. That was incredible. Embolo really shouldn't have given him the opportunity to actually save it, but Jack Butland with an incredible reflex save, then a slightly less impressive save from Jamie Vardy afterwards, but still a good one, a solid one. Now towards the edge of half-time, Embolo is probing, trying to get a goal, and he can see Jamie Vardy there in support. Vardy gets the ball and smacks it into the top corner for his 3rd goal of today's episode. It's a wonderful finish. Stoke not really doing enough defensively there. That was far too easy for Vardy to get the ball and then shoot. It's past the block and there's nothing that Jack Butland can do about that one. That's his 3rd goal of today's episode, and right on the edge of half-time we lead, but it's still enough of a chance in this first half for Stoke to try and get one back. A good cross into the box from Xherdan Shaqiri, but thankfully cleared by last episode's player of the episode, Bruno Perez. Sisto though putting a ball to the back post for Jamie Vardy on the full volley, but again it's a good save from Butland. He is up to the task. Mame Biram Diouf is on for Stoke and he's forced a good save out of Kasper Schmeichel with 18 minutes to go. Stoke finally getting into this game, having been pretty poor so far. They're passing it around the back though now, trying to set something up, and Lookas has dispossessed Stephen Ireland. Bruno Perez is now found N'Golo Kante in all sorts of space. Can he cut back past the defender? Yes he can, and N'Golo Kante makes it 2-0, and that is game over in injury time once again. We scored in injury time of a half. We scored right at the end of the first half. Now we score right at the end of the second half on the counter-attack as Stoke push too many bodies forward. He cuts back there, does Kante, and that's a simple finish for a man of his calibre, and that is the end of the game at the King Power Stadium. We win 2-0, another clean sheet. One more clean sheet for Kasper Schmeichel. That now makes 2 for him in the league. Of course, he's not the starting goalkeeper anymore, but he's still going to try and push Karius for that number 1 spot. N'Golo Kante again gets man of the match. He got man of the match against Liverpool, so he's definitely a contender for player of the episode. Now, of course, you guys can vote on your player of the episode in the description below. There's 3 choices, and they are all Leicester originals. The man you just heard me speak about, that's N'Golo Kante, who, of course, has got 2 goals and 2 man of the match performances. Riyad Mahrez, who scored that quite incredible solo goal against Liverpool and actually played very well in that game as well. And then finally, Jamie Vardy, who scored 3 goals in this episode so far, 2 against Roma and then 1 just then against Stoke City as well. But now in the background, you are seeing the table. We're keeping Chelsea honest, just a point behind them now in the table. And once again, you can vote for your player of the episode in the description, and also the players that you want to see trained in the next 3 episodes. But nevertheless, that is it from me. If you've enjoyed the video, I hope you feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.